Hey, it's Chloe Demiro, Say the Victor Roll. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. I just got myself a cute little hair extension in this suite. So I thought when I have black hair, then I can just occasionally have myself a nice pony. My hair is still a little short, so I can't get it super high yet. I'm just testing it out, but I thought it was really cute. So anyways, some real talk today. So we are on, as if you've been on my channel and following at all, trying to do a budget buy, no buy, low buy, and then trying to use products that I own, pan products that I own and try not to overspend. And I've been trying to move this into all aspects of my life. So that's to eating out a lot, which that I've been really good at, really decent with. Spending too much money on my home, on knick-knack bric-a-brac. This month I was actually really good. I only spent about $20 in a thrift shop, so that's pretty good. But makeup and clothes are still my nemesis. So as I've been going through this, let's start with some positives and let's go through what I've been doing on my project pan, and then we can kind of go over how well I've done with my shopping, and then what some triggers are, because I'm finding out that I have more triggers than I thought I did, than just your regular FOMO wanting it. So we will discuss that a little bit as well. But let's just kind of go over some of the things here in my box that I've been using. So, I have it. So I think last month in my empties, I was saying that I had called the Morphe setting spray. You shook the can and it didn't sound like there was anything in there, but that sucker lasted another month. So it just finally actually finished up yesterday. So crazy. So I am still working on the e.l.f. one for when I use for setting shimmers and things. And then I've added to the mix the Paradise set from BH Cosmetics that I had gotten a while back at Winter's Home Sense, which is kind of like our TJ Maxx. So I've been using that. It smells very, very pretty. So tropical, as the name suggests. So I've added that into my rotation. I also added into my rotation, I did a video on it as well, is the winged eyeliner stamp by Eye Method. I really do like the liner, so if I use the stamp or don't use the stamp part, I do like the liner on its own as well. So I've been adding that as my liner that I want to use. Since I've opened it, let's use it. And my Tarte one, which I may have put in here as well, is getting all frizzed along the edge, so it's more for kind of coloring in. So if I want to do something that's a bit more defined, then I'm just going to go with that. My bronzer is doing spectacularly well. I don't think it's too much longer before we can call it, so I'm really happy and I really like it. So it is really good. So I've been happily panning that. My NARS foundation is still kicking, but I can barely hear any shake, so I'm thinking maybe another week or so. And then I think I'm going to add another ZZ one in, or I'm going to add my dose of colors. I haven't quite decided yet, but right now we're still playing with the NARS, so we'll probably update on that next month. I have been trying to use a whack of my other highlighters, but I am also still, and I'm wearing that today, still playing with this one, and it's getting wider, so I would think for sure by the end of the year, but I'm hoping maybe, yeah, I think the end of the year we'll be able to finish this off, I think. Trying to make a concerted effort to use it, or use it underneath and then put another one on top. Another thing that I had added, I would say a month or so ago, and is doing really well, and I'm getting there, is the Juvia's Place eye primer. There's still, I want to say there's maybe half, so I probably used half of it. So yeah, so that's doing really well. I finally did make some headway in my pressed powder. I just noticed the other day that I see some pan. So I'm thinking, yeah, this will probably be another month or so, and because I do use a good chunk of the powder when I buff my face, so I think month, maybe two. We'll see. Usually with powders, I find once you hit that pan, it seems to have some kind of ripple effect and it goes faster, as you saw with my bronzer. I may have possibly one little bit left in my Maracuja tint that I had bought at a Sephora sale in the fall, and then I decided to use. So I think, especially if I cut it open, I think I have another use. I'm wearing that again today as well. So working on that. Let's see, I didn't, oh yeah, so my primer that I have that I'm using is the e.l.f. Putty Primer. This is one I bought last month because I was pretty much out, and the only one I could find was this illuminating one. I'm making headway in that. And that's all I'm seeming to find, so the supply chain issue is a real thing because all I can find is illuminating one, so I'm assuming people don't like this one as much. I don't know, works great for me. I mean, granted, I do prefer the one without shimmer, but it does. Nice. So anything else? Oh yes, I had decided, and I had been using the Puff Puff Pass powder by Kim Chi. I originally didn't like it with the Kim Chi foundation, which is still staring at me from across the room, but I am finding that I do like it to set my foundation. So as long as I'm not using it with the Kim Chi foundation, it's pretty good for a matte lavender powder. Is it as good as my Fenty one? Hell no. And I did sell one of my duplicate because I bought the buy one get one free on Poshmark. I still have the extra foundation for sale if anybody is looking for a real pale foundation. But anywho, I've decided I do like this, so I will end up finishing it, but I will not repurchase. Let's see, my so brow products. We were working on the two from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Where did that come from? Kat Von D. I have two. Where'd the other one go? All right, somewhere in this pile there is another one. They're still not, a little bit farther than they were, but not as much, because I decided, because I forgot that I had this one and I wanted to use up because I have a replacement to try. I really like the Wonder Wax here by Pink Honey, and I thought, and it's good too because it's a bit darker of a brown shade, so it goes good also with my darker brows. So yeah, I thought I'm going to keep working on that as well. So I've been kind of rotating between that and the two Kat Von D's. So I have not made as much headway there, but I have made a little bit of headway on there. So hopefully that will be used soon. I'm about ready to open a new mascara. I try to use them as long as possible, because I do find with most mascaras, the longer that they're open, the better that they get. Weird, right? And just before they're trash, they're perfect. And I think the other thing that I was really working on panning, but I've only used it a couple times this month, so it wasn't so good. Oh, I've got two things to go over, is the Charlotte Tilbury. I did use up the whole center part, the shinier part, but I've used it a little bit, but I've not gotten as far. But I'm hoping by the end of the year, this one will be done. One that will probably be done shortly is this one that I added from Fenty Beauty. I really love Petal Poppin', as you can see. So I will definitely be ready to bring out one of the other cream, I think I only have one more. The other cream blush for probably next month. I think this will be probably good through May. Yeah, and because then I can focus a little bit on the Charlotte Tilbury, and then I think I might add the other one, because I don't have tons of cream blushes, but I'm liking this Fenty formula a lot. And I think everything else are just little bits of lipsticks and things that I threw in. I don't think I've made too much headway there. And then I've not used at all, which I need to get back to again, is this Besame blush, but I've not been super focusing on the other ones and haven't been doing looks that really needed a vibrant pink one, or raspberry, I believe. Is it raspberry? Yeah. So anyways, so I've been doing really good. If I remember, I'll pop up some looks. I have been playing with some newer palettes, so I haven't done too many looks. I doubt I have really anything of older palettes that I've been trying. There have been one or two that I have used, but like I said, if I remember, I will put it in. But we are making headway on some of these things, and we'll be soon ready to add some new ones. So it may be boring talking about the same product over and over, but I'm really making an effort to go through them. Alrighty, so let's talk about shit that I bought this month and my excuses for buying them this month. I really need to play a little bit with this thing, but I'm really digging my ponytail. But anyways, so the month started off actually really well in April. March, I again went over my budget. I had raised my budget a little bit. My problem is most of the brands I like are not Canadian, so it's always the exchange and shipping that really wreaks havoc on the budget besides my over shopping. But I don't know, like I said, I'm going to extend this to 2 years because I'm really hoping that me kind of trying to register why I buy and going through this will help me to lower my shopping. And I think for most of the months I've done really well. I think it's just the end of April, and I think part of May is probably going to kill me. But I think after that, I really want to say nothing until the Halloween releases come, because, you know, I won't be able to release a Halloween releases. It's my jam, right? And then another kind of disclaimer here, I am looking at some of the clothes that I have that I'm not wearing, that don't quite fit in a comfortable fashion anymore, that are beautiful and able to sell. I'm going to try and sell some clothing to try and offset a little bit of the spending that I did this month. So let's talk about the stuff that was originally okay for my budget before I went crazy. So the first thing that I bought was, so the first thing I bought, I was going to be my only new release because I stan them so much, is the Nomad and Paradise Islands Intense Eyeshadow Palette. I did buy that. I bought that on April 4th. And I did sneak in the Marrakesh palette because it was $19. So there's that. So that gave me in US dollars. And then I had a discount, another discount code. So that lowered things a little bit. So that was nice. So it came to $58 US. I think I'm just gonna, again, not to make this part, I'm not going to make really as an excuse. It's just tough when I buy so much stuff outside and everything once changed into our low Canadian dollar, it pretty much sucks. I'm just going to do as dollar value and then never mind exchange. I think that's going to be a little bit fairer to myself. So I'm going to give myself that. So that would have been $56.70. So basically $57. So it would have left me with about $43 left of my, I think I'm saying was 100. Did I say 100? I was trying 50 to 100, or was I doing 200? I'm so terrible. We're just going to go that we were trying to do $100 a month. Because I went and I deleted my notes in error. So I should rewatch my first video, but I think I was saying $50 to 100 and then I was saying 100. So let's go with $100 budget. That I did say $100. My memory is crap. So yeah, so that would have left me about $43 left to spend. So not so bad. And then a few days later, I was on Instagram, and since last year I've been watching some of the different housewives, and I really like the housewives with Lisa Rinna, which I believe is New York. I want to say it's New York, or is it LA? I watched so many over my Christmas break, but anyways, I really like Lisa Rinna. I was just watching her on Days of Our Lives outside of Salem. I watched season 1 and she was on there back as Billy Reed, so that was really, so I was having so much fun with that. So anyways, I was shopping around, booping around on Instagram, and I follow her and her makeup line, and then a video came up with her and Harry, and she was getting Harry Hamlin to try her pumping lip gloss, which I thought was so funny. He's such a good trooper. So then I thought, oh, what's going on in our lipstick line? And then I clicked on the thing and it was buy one lip kit, get one free. It's like, oh, crap. I'm like, all right, well, let's just see. And then I found two kits that I liked. One was the Sabine lip kit. I have a video. If I remember, I'll post it. If not, it's on my channel. And then I have one, the Pinky lip kit. And had I bought them thinking exchange, shipping, the whole 9 yards, two, you know, at regular price, it would have been way too much. Even one technically, because it's $45 for the lip kit plus shipping, but buy one, get one free. Hey, that worked for me. And the shipping was actually not that bad. I don't think, did I take a shot of that? I did. So the shipping was $10. So for shipping from the US, I thought that was really good. So I pulled the trigger and that was $45, not including the shipping, because remember, we're not including shipping. And that would have made me about $2 over my limit. So I was like so proud of myself. It's all good. There we have it. And yeah, then kind of the end of April hit. And then I ordered, so I had those two, and then I went and I ordered the Blood Moon palette by Wednesday Cosmetics to try to support a local brand. Plus I've been eyeing that palette for a while. So that was $25. I did get a 15% discount off of that. So what did that come to? It didn't show on my shipping thing. So yeah, so Wednesday Cosmetics. So 25 plus my discount of $3. So it was like about $21, $22. So that brought me to about $25 over my limit. Then Gourmand Girls released their all shimmer palette. Bought that. So that was $34.99. Added the highlight palette. Yeah, so I did that. So that's over. And then Unearthly Cosmetics released a empty palette. I need an empty palette. And then while I was on there, they had a sale for things that were still said Alien Cosmetics for 50% off. So I got the set with the eyeshadow and 3 lip glosses that I wanted that was out at Christmas that I thought was too expensive. And then I also threw in a blush. Oh yeah, and that palette. So yeah, I'm really over. So let's talk triggers. So, and before we stop, clothes as well. Oh, my video is going to shut off, so I'm just going to shut off, turn it back on, and then I can talk in peace without eyeing the timer. 1 second. Okay, so I've got some more time to chat now. So yeah, so I'm trying to be aware, because I was noticing that I keep kind of going over my budget. I raised my budget a little bit and I'm still going over. So I've been trying to keep aware of my triggers. One of the triggers is if you're on vacation, you're on vacation. If you want to spend money, spend money. So I was originally going to go to Viva. We canceled Viva because we were still a little worried and weren't sure about traveling and mandates and all that kind of stuff. So we canceled. I got some refunds back, which to me helped cover some earlier costs in the year when I went over my budget. And so I thought that was fine. And I'm still waiting for one, and I hope she's really going to come through and not stiff me for the money. But anyways, that's a whole other thing. But I ended up wanting to go away, kind of needing away, and a friend and I decided to go to Kelowna for a girls' weekend. And I wasn't really expecting to spend too much other than do the wine tasting, the high tea. We did a drag brunch, which was a lot of fun, gas for traveling, the hotel, which we ended up getting comped a night because there was some weirdness with our reservations, and which was cool. So that's helped saved us a little bit of money, and I was doing pretty good. Just bought myself a book while I was there. A David Sedaris book was out, so I picked that up. And then as we were just we had some time between our high tea and breakfast, and we had gone to visit her uncle who lived in Kelowna. So we had some time as we were walking the street, because I knew they were in Kelowna and I didn't make a specific time to find them because I thought, okay, we're only going to have limited time there. I don't know if my friend's going to want to go shopping with me. But then as we were kind of bumming around, we had I wouldn't say 2.5 hours of time. I found a store that used to be in Vancouver that I loved, and due to things of their not own making. They weren't able to renew their lease here, couldn't find a place affordable to rent, and then they had decided they're going to move to Kelowna. They've been in Kelowna for the last 5 or 6 years, and I thought, they're there, they're open, let's go visit. And I went, and my friend was trying something on. I was just wandering around, and I was chatting to the 2 owners, and I do a lot of pinup, and I was dressed in pinup, so we're talking about that, and she was like, oh, I need to put out some of my spring stuff. So she kept showing me stuff, and I kept trying on stuff, and I bought a whack of stuff. So yeah, so I guess the allowance that I would have spent for Viva and then I thought I wasn't going to spend, I spent anyways. So that's one thing. So that's kind of a vacation thing, so I was kind of okay with that. But I've also, excuse me, I've also been kind of hurting the last month and a bit. I don't know what I did, but I get numb all down my arm and then shooting pains through my hand, through my shoulder. So I've been seeing a chiropractor. I'm thinking it's too much phone, too much computer. It's finally affecting, and then a lot of time at home due to the panini. So I think that's been affecting my health. So when you're kind of down and you're hurting and you're scrolling, there's a lot of add to cart. So I think that's part of it. I mean, I wanted the Gourmand Girls, but to, you know, add the extra highlighter, or to buy the, you know, think about maybe buying a palette and then throwing in a whole thing. I was, you know, I was trying to take pain meds, weren't really working, and it's a whole thing. So I do find that pain makes me add to cart. If I'm feeling a little depressed or tired due to pain and whatever, that makes me add to cart. And then excuses like being on vacation makes me add to cart. So these are things I really need to be cognizant of. I've been trying to unsubscribe to some email threads. Most of the time I'm really good at deleting them. Most of the time, if I see a sale, like Juvia's Place keeps trying to tempt me like a siren, but I'm like, no, 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 no. For the most part, I do really, 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 really well. And then another so in that clothing incident, it was 2 skirts, a dress, and sunglasses. Don't ask me how much I spent, but they're beautiful. I love them. Yay me. And then it was another day, I was feeling kind of down, and then I noticed my friend who's made clothes for me in the past, who has her own label, was doing a live on Instagram, and I thought it was just a live of her chatting and what was going on. You know, it ended up being a sale, and she's doing that, you know, we only have a few sizes in this we've got a lot, this is new, this is, you know, whatever, and a top, a skirt, and a dress later. Yeah. Terrible. So this month has been ridiculously stupid, and I know, again, part of it's the vacation mentality, some of it is the wanting to support local small brands, and then the other bit of it was pain, depression, and then of course because I want it. I mean, it's the whole thing. So there are things that I need to be aware of. So I'm hoping this helps a little bit if you are also struggling with trying to save money and not buy as much stuff. We only have one face. There's only so much foundation, powder, eyeshadow, whatever we could pop on. There's so many hair pieces. This is the first one I bought in like at least 10 years, so this one doesn't count. But yeah, you know, there's only so many clothes we can have on our body. So I'm going to, like I said, this is a struggle. This is something that I'm working on, and I'm a collector. I like shopping. It's definitely part of my emotional makeup, and it's something that I'm really struggling, but I'm working on it, and I'm thinking I'm getting better, but every once in a while I have these setbacks, and I try not to beat myself up too much on the setbacks, but I do want to get better at this, and I know it. I know it's in there. I know it's me. So once I know that, and once I can really get to that decision making and make that final decision, or really, I think I can stay firm to it, but it has been a work in progress. So I've decided, since when this goes up, it's May, my birthday is May 23rd, and I'm gonna be 53. And so I've decided that this month I may be a little more gentle on myself, because I'm gonna be 53. Dang, man, where does time go? This Gen X is like, I don't know, I feel like I'm 20 half the time, but I am not. sure enough. And I know I'm gonna work till I die, but it would be nice to be able to retire, and buying all the makeup doesn't get me there, or all the clothes doesn't get me there. So anyway, so I've decided there's a couple releases in May that I'm interested in. One is a sugar drizzle polish. I haven't seen it, they just sent sneak peeks, but if there's a lot of green on it and I adore their quality, I may be hard pressed not to pull the trigger. And then I am also looking at the new Adept Cosmetics release that's going to be coming. It's limited based on the original, my original or her original Superman as well, Christopher Reeve, the House of Elle palette. That's if I can get it. It's going to be limited edition. Going to try for it. And I hear I remember their shipping being expensive, but then I heard from another Canadian gal on a live that when she looked to order something, it was almost $50. So then I may have to say no to that, but I'm hoping it isn't that expensive for one small palette that I really, really want. So I'm hoping I can lock that down as the two things. The dress that I bought in when I was talking about my friend's live, I think that's going to be my birthday dress. So I think, yeah, so if a few things slip through to May, I'm going to still try as close as I can, keep it to the $100. But if a few things go through in May, I'm just going to say, okay, birthday month, which I shouldn't have bought stuff in April and just saved shopping for this month. But hey, we're struggling. We're trying this. But then I want to see if I can do not buying anything until the Halloween releases come out, and hopefully they're not too early, you know, like August, September. And then that would be good, because I know Gourmand Girls is mentioning a Halloween release, and I love her. I love her makeup, and Halloween 24/7 365 live, woo! So anyways, so that's me and my struggle so far. Like I said, I still think I'm a little bit better than last year, and I've now stopped using credit card for anything because I'm not going to go into debt for this. Afterpay is fine. I try to only have 2 things with Afterpay going at one time, and usually with that have a few weeks in between, so that way, again, when one ends, I have another couple of weeks left and it's not too much. And I try not to spend too high that it's ridiculous, but you know, so that way basically every 2 weeks when payday is or thereabouts, you know, a small payment goes through, and that's cool. So we're trying to no credit card, cash. So for spending cash, that's it. And we're just going to keep chugging along. And I think, well, now I have enough clothes to, oh yes. And then I did a Poshmark mystery box. Seriously, I'm ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I can't just say it's for the channel, because even though I have 114 wonderful people not making money on this, this is seriously just for fun, and this is just my thing. It does give me joy, so I have to say that, but you don't want it to come at the cost of your finances. So we're working on it. So again, I hope if you're struggling that this helps a little bit, to know that you're not alone, that I'm really working on it. Any advice is welcome. And yeah, that's it for me today. I hope you guys are doing amazing well. If you're in a no buy or a budget buy, I hope you're doing 1,000 times better than me. So yeah, if you'd like to give us a like, comment, and subscribe, it'd be greatly appreciated. And if you'd like to hit that notification bell to see when I upload again, that'd be great too. If not, that's okay. We can still be friends. We can still see what I'm slogging through, see how my struggle is going with my no buy, budget buy. All right, that's it for me. Have a great day. Make good choices. Behave, and we will see you soon. Bye.